Hey you guys, this is Melissa with momsimplelife.com, and today I'm out here with my weekly feed and my planting detailing sheet. So for the weekly feed, after your plants start growing up out of the soil, this one over here is pretty tall. I probably should have fertilized this last week, but I'm now getting a lot of the plants coming up. But you'll want to sit there, and it says for different lengths beds do 1/2 ounce per linear foot. So I treated these barrels as 4 linear feet when I first started growing them. Oh, look at that. There's like a plant coming out there. Anyways, so I treat them as 4 linear feet because it's about 1 foot tall, and they're pretty big around. There's not an exact amount specified for this, since potato barrels aren't really in the book. It's just something that we've done and had good success for the first year, so we're trying to document it so we could share what we've learned our first year of growing potatoes. Mainly, you want to sit there and follow the 6 laws of plant growth. I do have a blog post about the 6 laws of plant growth that Jim Kennard talks about in the Mittleider method, about making sure you get plenty of water and fertilize and sun and keeping the bugs away. And basically, if you sit there and watch any of LDS Prepper's videos, you'll see that he takes care of his plants like he would, like, you know, as something that's just a living being, basically. So when it's pouring down rain, he'll cover it, or if there's too much wind, he'll try to block it. So then at least there's not competition with the plant, and the plants won't feel stunted, and they will be able to grow healthy. So that is one thing I don't think I mentioned in my blog post that I did do the first year, was anytime there was massive pouring rain, I mean, like really pouring, this is the Pacific Northwest, sometimes we could get some good rains, I would cover up my barrels, or my barrel, because I only had one at the time. I would cover it up and make sure that it didn't get too much rain, because what that does is it washes all the fertilizer that you just put in your barrel for that week right out of the bottom. Also, that traps in so much moisture that it's hard to sit there and get the potatoes basically start growing. So if your barrels are getting so much water, your potatoes are basically kind of going to rot out on you, because you got way too much moisture going on. So anytime there's a huge rain, downpour, hail, anything like that, you just want to cover them up. Also, I did regular watering with my barrel. I did 1 minute a day. I didn't do any more than that of just watering, because that was what my timer on my watering schedule would allow for the short amount, and that seemed to be fine. 1 minute, because it's not like it dries out super fast. It's not like it's an air pruning container or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it drying out. Most of the time in these barrels, it could stay a lot moist. The soil stays more moist than it does in my regular Mittleider gardening beds, because just the barrel doesn't allow too much air to go through. But you do have quite a bit of air. You still want quite a bit of air, because your plants, you don't want that soil to compact and basically to squish your potatoes. It seems like a lot of the people that I've seen their potato barrels fail is because the soil was so moist and compact, and there was no room inside of the actual dirt to grow. Where the sawdust and sand, this is 75% sawdust, 25% sand, at least it has a lot more room for the potatoes to spread out and actually grow. So I just want to do a quick update of how the potato barrels are looking. I did have, when we first started this barrel, which I uploaded onto my computer and have not had time to sit down at the computer. If you've seen any of my latest videos, that's all editing on my iPhone and trying to get material up, because I have not had time to sit down at a computer and get, really any work done on there. So Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for subscribing, and leave me a comment down below. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Okay, so I just want to show you guys how tall this one. This is the only one that is this height, but I would probably say if the other ones were this tall, I would add soil to it. And basically I'd probably cover it up until here. Oops, sorry, until here. But since this is the only plant that is this big, I am not going to be covering this plant up until some of these get a little bit bigger here. As you can see, some of them are quite small, so it's not quite ready yet. But when these get a little bit bigger, then I'll probably attempt filling it up. I don't want this one to get too big, and then like last time, I think last year, you know, they grew all the way up to the top, and then I added soil. So last year was not a good year for us, but this year we're going to keep on top of it and keep paying attention to when we need to actually add the soil and the fertilizer. So that's what it looks like when I just added the fertilizer. I haven't watered it yet because it's supposed to rain tonight, so I'm just going to let nature do its job. But this one's getting quite big. This is a chieftain, so that one's getting quite big. And this is also a chieftain right here. And then these are the red lasada, and I think this is the type that I had my very first year growing potatoes in a barrel. And it looks very healthy.